what's the excitement level heading into this year for UB basketball?
Well, it's certainly a lot of new faces, some old faces, which our fans will be excited about seeing. Devontae Jordan's back and Javon Graves. Those are two guys that were starters in last year's team. They bring a wealth of experience. Rondo Segou and Janathan Williams, who were freshmen, now have moved in that sophomore role. And I think those two guys are really going to be able to help us at a much more expanded role. And then we've got Brock Burcham, who played a little bit here and there the last couple of years. Our fans are very familiar with him. Now we need him to step up and help us with a lot of what we call the incidentals, the rebounding, the team defense, helping us run our offense. And then we've got two transfers that set out last year, in Antoine Johnson and Gabe Grant, who have played very well in our exhibition season and practices. So we're excited. There are new faces. Obviously, the familiar guys, we all miss them. I mean, who's not going to miss C.J. Massenberg and Nick and Jeremy and that crew? But, I'm very excited about this group of kids. We've had good practices. Their energy is very good. It's just the learning experience is going to take longer for our guys.
Now, you just kind of got to my next question. A lot of fans, casual fans, will look at this team and they won't recognize a lot of the faces,
Sure.
but those that do follow college basketball closely, they realize these are names from big programs. You got guys from Texas Tech, Cincinnati, all over the place that transfer, Nickelberry that played at Memphis. Because of that blue ribbon, they had you guys at third, coaches poll had you at second. Do you think a lot of that is just people don't know really what to expect with all this?
Yeah, I think part of that is they haven't seen them with our guys. They're so familiar with the group that was here for the last couple of years. So that would be expected. And then, I think part of it's going to be for us. It's going to take some time to gel and get all those things together. The biggest thing for us, I think, is play really good defense. Play the blue collar style our fans are accustomed to. We still want to run and get up and down the floor and share the ball. Those are three things that we've kind of preached to our guys. Now, some of the other things in the half court and offensively will probably have to take time to work out because that's an ongoing process. But if we can get those first three things down, Mike, that would really help us get off to a good start.
And this might seem out of left field type question because obviously you guys are losing an incredible senior class, the best in school history. But with the players that you brought in, I know it's not going to be right away. It takes time to gel, get that chemistry going, and you guys have a tough non-conference schedule. Is it possible that what you have now talent-wise is as good as what you guys had before, if not better, but it'll just take time to find it?
I think we're happy with the talent we have, but we need them to grow and build. I mean, people usually forget that CJ and Nick Perkins, they didn't start as freshmen. They were coming in off the bench, and I think there's a natural progression for kids to get better. Kind of like Rondo and Janathan. Now they did a good job as freshmen, but their time was limited. Now we need those guys to grow. So we've been using that word a lot. How do we grow? We got to practice well every day. We got to do all the extra things, and then we got to play really well in front of our home fans. So hopefully Friday night we have a great crowd and we play with the energy that our fans expect us to.
Now, a lot of fans are going to point to Javon Graves, Devontae Jordan, and even a lot of the experts are saying Antoine Johnson are the players to watch out this year. Do you agree that those are the three that we should be highlighting, or is it something we're just waiting to see whoever steps up?
No, we definitely expect those three guys to help us tremendously. Devontae is not necessarily all scoring. It's about assists, the turnover, it's his defense. It's the way he sets our defense. Javon, I think, is a guy that's had incredible success his freshman and sophomore year. He's won 59 games. He's won a state championship, so he's about winning. He's very unselfish. We want him to kind of grow into the best player he can be and kind of be that alpha dog out there a little bit in terms of us on the offense and defensive end. And AJ is the type of kid that can shoot the ball really well. Gabe Grant played real well in our exhibition against Damon off the bench. We're happy with him. Actually led us in scoring. Rondo came off the bench and led us in assists. And Josh Mabala led us, I think, in rebounding off the bench. So that's one of the things we want to do is develop our bench and develop our depth. And that's going to take some time because with LaQuill Hartnett, the transfer from Cincinnati, he hasn't been able to do that because of injury. So he should be able to play hopefully on Friday if he's feeling good, but still going to take him some time to grow, definitely.
And then just a few more things. A big thing when you were hired, the biggest question was, are you guys going to be able to recruit at the same level that previous regimes have done? And first off season, you had a short time, and you guys brought in a lot of quality players. You've been here now for a while, serving time under Nate Oates. Have you noticed an expectation in recruiting increasing where you guys it's no longer, I guess, going after the 2-star guy, it's trying to get that higher level?
You know what? I mean, CJ, I don't know if he had a star behind us. I don't worry about the stars and where they're ranked. That's the last thing I worry about. I think it's more about what fits our program. We like to run. We like to play defense. We like guys that are unselfish, that are tough. Those are probably the biggest standards that we look at. It's not about where they're ranked or where that's at, because that could be a little bit of fool's gold where it's at. And I think the big thing is just like who fits what you do and the way you want to play. And then also, does he fit in with the type of kids that you got in the program? So, and generally, we've been, like a kid like Dante Carruthers, CJ, those are guys, hey, look, that grew and got and developed over and over. We're looking for gym rats. That's the kind of guys that we really like, the guy that are going to spend extra time on their game. They want to play after college. So it's a combination of a lot of different things, and certainly, it's a lot of trying to figure it out as you go through the recruiting process. And
then just a few more things, I promise. I don't want to keep you all day because I know you had stuff earlier with GR. Obviously, when you get to the point you're getting upper 50s, not as many coaching opportunities come around. I know you served a lot of years at lower levels, and then you served as a head coach at Loyola.
Yes.
Did you ever expect an opportunity like this to pop up heading into the later stages of your career? And how, I guess, exciting is it to have that opportunity, and not just an opportunity, to take over a program that was ranked the entire
Sure.
season last year?
No, I'm incredibly grateful and extremely excited. So, I mean, you never know. I mean, being a head coach there's only 356 jobs out there. So couldn't be more grateful for the opportunity that UB's administration, Mark Hall, not an administration, has allowed me to do that. Now, along with it, is I want to see the success continue to grow with our program. I mean, that's the mission, that's the goal here. And obviously, I'm really excited about this year's team. So hopefully fans come on out Friday night and take a good look at it. And it'll be a growing process, but I'm excited about the potential of this group.
And then the last thing, I have, two-part question. Number one, what would define a successful year for UB this season? And number two, was part of your reasoning into giving UB such a difficult non-conference schedule, was it to get out the kinks against tougher competition, or was it to actually see where you guys stack up heading into conference play?
No, we have always played a very tough non-conference schedule. We always want to take our at-bat. We want to try to hit it out of the park. Last year we hit it out of the park with our non-conference schedule. I mean, only losing one game and winning some big road games. So we feel like we want to try to do that every year. We think it helps you get ready for conference. But along with it, if you can get some of those key wins, it certainly can help you in the net rankings and maybe for an at-large bid and that type of thing. So you always want to try to do that, I think. I feel like that's something we want to aspire to do with our program and our scheduling that way. I don't have a particular definition of what's going to be a successful season. All I worry about is try to win the first game in front of you, and then you try to just work game by game. I think part of it, your season is such an interesting story with, development of players, injuries, who's playing well, all those type of things you go through the next 5 months of the season. So, if you take it practice by practice, game by game, to me that's where I would just term success. I don't give it, hey, by the end of March, what I want to be at. Everyone would like to make the NCAA tournament. Everyone would like to win a MAC championship. Certainly those are always our goals. So that's in our DNA in terms of what we're thinking. But along with it is enjoy the process, and along with it, get better in the process while you're at it, because you're going to have to.